Hello everyone, and today we have a small issue with our Frontier. Now as I turn it on and turn on the AC, it seems like we have a very small issue. And of course this is very typical when it's right in the middle of summer and it's getting very hot out, that's when the AC starts acting up. And so the first thing I'm doing is, I'm trying out different settings to see when the AC will start working and stop working. So right now I'm on blower 3, and then I go to 2, and you see where it flickers every time I go between different fan speeds between 1 and 3. And look at that, I went to 3 and it kicked off completely and it won't even turn back on. Now 4, it seems to work 100% of the time. So that's starting to tell me what the issue kind of is. So I keep testing this just to verify that everything is actually consistent. And again, you can see 2, nothing. 3, nothing. Man, it's really fighting me. And yep, go to 4, works perfectly on 4. Alright, so I have an idea what the issue is. So let's go ahead and work our way to the passenger side of the vehicle and go right under the glove compartment. I'm going to see if I can get my camera under there steady. And I have a feeling it's going to be this part right here. That's our blower motor resistor. And let's go ahead and remove it so we can test it. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect it. So I'm going to go ahead and push down on that white connector and pull down. Come on. And there we go. So that was pretty easy. I'm just going to inspect the wiring, make sure nothing got pulled out. Everything looks pretty good, nothing crispy. And then we go ahead and back off a little bit, grab the camera, see if we can get a better angle. Not too bad. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and grab a 7/32 socket, or you can go ahead and use a 5.5mm socket. And that's what I'll go ahead and use. They seem to fit pretty well. And we're going to remove both of these screws for this blower motor resistor. And we'll just go ahead and start working that out. Looks like we're close to finger tight, so we'll go ahead and take it out by hand. Alright, so there's one. And now we'll work on the second one. And then you can't really see it on camera, but it's there. It's basically on the mirror image side of this resistor. You can't miss it. And it looks like we're dropping it out. And it looks like I caught it, so I didn't drop it. And doing a quick look, yeah, it's not in the best of shape. Doesn't look brand new, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and put it on the bench and take a closer look. So looking at it, yeah, it looks like it's pretty old. Looks like it has some age to it. Let's go ahead and test it out. And let's go ahead and grab our multimeter, make sure it's set to resistance, and we're going to check the continuity between all the terminals on this resistor. And right off the bat, it looks like we found our smoking gun. Everything that's connected to pin 1 is showing an OL, which is an open for this meter. And I'm checking the other pins as well, just out of curiosity. And for those of you who are wondering what the blower motor resistor does, it grounds different resistance values based on what speed you select. And for high speed, which is 4, it doesn't use the resistor at all, it just bypasses directly. Hence why the 4 worked and 1 through 3 did not work. And just for the sake of reference, let's go ahead and test out the new part before we install it. And checking between each pin and each resistor, it looks like we're getting about half an ohm per resistor, which looks pretty good. Compare to the red, which is the OEM one, we had an open on one of the resistors, and you're getting about, I don't know, about 1 ohm for the other resistors. And since our new part looks pretty good, we can go ahead and keep moving forward. So before I install this, we want to make sure this notch is facing you before I slide it back in. And then we'll go ahead and see if we can get in there without knocking over the camera. There we go. And we'll see about the same thing. Hand tightening the screws, same reason, so I don't knock over the camera. And that one looks pretty hand tightened. We'll do the same thing on the other side as well. And this is our 5.5mm socket and socket wrench. And try and do this very gently. Come on. Alright, looks like we're in. Let's go ahead and tighten it up. And you want to just make sure these are snug. You don't want to over tighten them. And alright, so there's one. And one more to go. And one more turn. And there's 2. And now what we have to do is just reconnect the connector. And it should line up just the same way as you're taking it out. So let's go ahead and line it up. Oh, come on. And make sure to push it all the way into your hair snap. Just like that. Alright, now the moment of truth. Now we get to test it out. Let's go ahead and turn on the vehicle, get the engine running. Alright, we'll come over here and we'll go ahead and turn it to number 1. And AC's on, so we'll go ahead and recirculate. Let me go ahead and see if I can feel some air. Oh yeah, that feels like some cold air. That's a great sign so far. Let's go ahead and go to speed 2. AC still on, still recirculating. Turn it off, turn it back on. Alright, everything seems to be pretty responsive. This is a great sign. Go to 3. Yeah, everything's still working pretty good. That's perfect. Alright. And of course it should work on 4. It still does. That's great. And let me go ahead and try the other settings. And yeah, it's not turning off when I go to any of my other speeds. That's a great sign. Well, I think we found the fix. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe.